guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of the Soulfood Legacy Challenge. I'm so excited to get back into everything. The game is currently broken, so I don't have my mods in right now, but that's okay. I'm so dedicated to playing that we're just gonna play without some of the very essential mods that I normally use, but that's all right. So we're back with Rico. He is our heir. And we're going to be going over just a couple of things throughout this episode because this is technically episode 2. I did stream like a little prep episode, which was technically going to be considered episode 1. So we're going to be definitely doing some recap. And with that being said, I do want to go over the challenge rules again for this generation. Like I like to do, I like to try and be as organized with the challenge as possible. And then at the end of this video, we'll go over what we have accomplished and you guys can kind of see what's left. So this is generation 2, strawberry soda generation, and your claim to fame is your bubbly personality. Get it? Watching your parents fall in love later in life was the most romantic thing you've ever seen, and you admire how great of a parent they were. You love and the idea of it, and you're determined to raise your kids as amazingly as you were raised. Unfortunately, it's hard to balance long nights at the bar with a social life, and you're a shameless flirt who can't seem to nail down your perfect fit. After a while, you start to realize that perfection is only skin deep. It's what's on the inside that matters. So the traits are romantic perfectionist, family-oriented, and the aspiration is super parent. The color is pink. So the rules are max mixology skill, max juice fizzing skill, max the parenting skill, sell your juices using the sales table, reach level 10 in mixology career, have 2 failed marriages with sims you find very attractive, find madly in love with the sim you don't find attractive and stay married to that sim, instill manners, responsibility, and emotional control values into each of your children. Your parents are obsessed with their grandchildren. Every now and then you must send your grandchildren stay with your parents for a couple of days at a time. All right, guys, with that being said, we're here with Rico and he is working on his beer brewing skills. This was actually one of the funner parts of Generation 2 for me because this is something that I never use. And so it was really interesting trying to figure out how to use it and all that good stuff. And I think we have to max this skill. And I did get the sales table and put it out because we're supposed to sell our beers on the table over there. And I just want to show you guys like how much Rico has grown up. He looks so good. I did change like most of his outfits and give him a little makeover. And I think he really looks like the young adult that he is. And then Marques, his brother by marriage, does live with him now, and he is enrolled in university going to get his, I think it's art degree, I believe. And so he's in his like second semester, I believe. So he has 8 more units that he needs to graduate. And yeah, I gave him a bit of a makeover as well. If you guys remember, he was rocking the braids. And now he took out his braids and he has like a high taper. I believe that's what this hairstyle is called. I think he looks really, really good. So everybody's all made over. I think I gave Rico's high school sweetheart Jabrea too much of a makeover, so you guys might see her changing. But as far as Rico and Marques, yeah, they're definitely completely made over into young adults. And now we're going to go meet Rico's son, because it is a time jump. So Rico and Jabrea have a son. His name is Tariq. I don't know, I thought it was a cool little play on the name because Rico's name is Rico, and so we named baby boy Tariq. And we're probably going to be aging him up by next episode, only because I don't really want to struggle with playing with infants on top of everything else. And so, yeah, that's baby Tariq. I think he's so cute. And you can already tell that Rico's going to be an amazing dad. He does have to max the parenting skill to complete this generation. And I don't think it's going to take us that long to do that. I think he did have some parenting skills because Rico does have a little brother. Rico and Marques, they share a little brother. Our founder and the repairman did have a son. So if you're not caught up with the series, feel free to double back and check the previous episodes, Gen 1, just so that you can get a little bit more insight. All right, guys, so Jabrea is home. She is an artist. I didn't make her enrolled in college or anything because I know, as we all know, that per challenge rules, they're not going to end up together. So I just got her like a regular artist job, and they're just going to spend some time together because it is Saturday night and Rico is a barfly. So he's definitely going to be hitting the town. I think we're going to have Jabrea and Marques come with us just because like everybody could use a little bit of a break. So we're gonna call Renisha and Julius over to come babysit baby Tariq, and then we're gonna have our lovebirds, our newlyweds and new parents hit the town. So Rico is gonna call up his mom, Renisha, who is our founder. We're only on Gen 2, so he's going to call his mom. She's going to come over and watch the baby. She's also going to invite over Julius, who is Marques's dad and Rico's stepdad. So they will be over in a moment, and then we're going to have our young adults go hit the town. So Renisha's here. I just want to show like in very Renisha-esque spirit, like look at her face. Like she's like, I guess I'll babysit. So she doesn't look very happy to be babysitting, but that's okay. At least she came through. Jabrea is such a good mom. Like, I don't get why Renisha went straight to the bathroom, but it looks like Julius is here and he looks just as angry to be babysitting as Renisha looks. So I did give them a makeover. I don't know if we saw it in my little like setup stream. I did a little setup stream. I think it's still on the channel, but yeah, I did give Renisha and Julius makeovers. So that's what they look like now. And I think Renisha is an adult and Julius is a elder. And so I don't know why everybody's conversing in the bathroom, but that's where they're having their general conversation and catching up. And then we're gonna send them out. Yes, they're talking in the bathroom, but like, can we just talk about what a good-looking family they are? Like, look at the boys. And Rico looks just like his mom. Like, they're literally twins. And then these two, like, they're just very handsome. Like, I did that. Okay, so Renisha's gonna come in and get baby Rico. He's like, why'd you wake me up out my sleep? And then we're gonna get them dressed, the adults, to go out. Renisha's just gonna spend some time with baby Rico, and she definitely needs to like not get her nails done anymore. So that's something I'm gonna have to change because it looks like little claws holding the baby. They're just a little bit too long, so I'm gonna have to do some nail care on Renisha for sure. But she loves her little grandbaby Tariq. So I did have everybody change their clothes. And it's not just going to be Jabrea and Rico and Marques. We're going to also invite Marques's girlfriend, Brooklyn. And we're going to see what they get into. So they looking really good. And I'm going to have them head out for their night on the town. All right, so here we are at this beautiful downtown lot that I built. I love this lot so much. I'm curious how it's going to actually function like in the game, like how much we're going to be able to do because there's so many activities on this lot. And this lot is listed on my gallery if you want it for yourself. So yeah, it's uploaded there. So this is the gang. This is everybody who we invited. And I'm going to have Rico go ahead and pay for everybody to get in. And then we're going to find some activities for the group. So the first activity is going to be the jazz club, which is cool. Like, it's very romantic. The only thing about this activity is that because we don't own the lot, we can't hire an entertainer. So I'm gonna have Marques get up there and play the piano a little bit before they go to their next activity, because we cannot hire anybody to play music for us. So I did call the entire group over, but literally none of them stayed. I think the majority of them went next door to the country bar, but that's okay. Rico and Jabrea definitely need this moment to themselves as new parents. So Marques is going to do Rico a solid. He's going to give them some live music, and they're just going to spend this moment together, a little sweet moment between the two. I think this is a really cute build, perfect for date nights. It just sucks not being able to have the entertainer and having to do it yourself, but it's really cute. I hit watch music and they both sat at separate tables, but the vibe is still there. Like, it's a cute little vibe. The two of them are really, really cute together. I think I'm gonna attempt to have them go to the karaoke bar next. I wish I would have locked all the doors so that our entire group will go to where I want them to go, but that's totally okay. Marques is definitely doing us a solid playing the piano. Look at it. And now they're gonna head on the same lot to the bowling alley.
Yibs, Tombra.
All right, so they are at the bowling alley. Remember, this is all on a big lot that I did build, and so they're just gonna do some bowling. Because we can't hire anybody because we don't own the lot, Rico's gonna play bartender, which is kind of perfect because he does need to get up his mixologist skills, because that's one of the ones that we did have to max for Gen 2. And so he's going to play bartender, and we're going to find a bathroom for Jabrea. Obviously, I think he only has, he might be at level 3. But here you see Marques hanging out with Brooklyn. He hasn't really gotten to hang out with her too much since they graduated high school. I gave her a little bit of a makeover too, but she definitely needs some different clothes. And they're so cute standing there with their bowling shoes while Rico's over here just mixing up some drinks for the whole group. Then we decided to have him go ahead and just cook up some pizzas for everybody. And this is really cozy. I wish I would have locked all the other doors and there were other people in here bowling too, but that's okay. At this point, it is almost 1 a.m. and pretty soon they're gonna have to go get home to baby Tariq. But you guys see, Jabrea is gonna introduce herself to Nakia. And I did put my mods back in that, this was recorded over a couple days, so I ended up putting a few mods back in, so if you see those pop up, then that's why. All right, so the pizza's ready. I'm gonna try and get them to the bathroom before they have accidents, but Rico's gonna sit this pizza down for everybody, then we're gonna have him run to the bathroom. And he did make it, so now they're just gonna have a couple slices of pizza before they head home. And this was really cute. I think the next time they go out, because it is Saturday, so they might not be back out on the town until Thursday night, and we might leave Jabrea at home with baby Tariq. But the next time that they do go out, it'll probably be a smaller venue, because for Gen 2, Rico is a barfly, so I want to send him out to the bar at least every weekend or a couple times a week. But for the next time, we'll pick just a smaller venue to where we don't have to play bartender and play entertainer in. So something cool like that. But this was really cute. I think they all enjoyed themselves as a group. It looks like we might be missing a couple Sims that was in our group. And Rico did get to mixology skill 4. So that makes me really happy. At least I'm using like the bar in a useful way. Like if he has to be a barfly, at least he's like getting skills at the same time that he's doing it. And so it is officially like 1 a.m. I did want them to try and get a game of bowling going before we actually send them home to the baby. Because next time Jabrea won't be out with us. And Marques and Brooklyn are really enjoying themselves together. My only complaint is that I didn't change her clothes because he looks really dressed up and she looks really dressed down. But the two of them are having a really good time. Just catching up. I'm really contemplating if they're going to be in game or not. We'll just have to kind of let this play out, but they're definitely cute together. And then we finally were able to get a game of bowling going before they have to run off to take care of their newborn. Jabrea is clearly overdressed. Like, everybody else is a little bit more casual. But they had a really good date. It was really, really cute. So they did get to get a game in of bowling. I don't know who won because they have been out now. I think it's like closer to 5 a.m. So it's almost time for our Sims to head home and relieve Renisha of her babysitting duties. All right, so they're finally gonna head home, pack it up, and get home to their baby. So our girl is back home. She's falling asleep. And it's like almost 6 a.m. on Sunday. So they pretty much stayed out all night. We're going to be working on getting Rico promoted because he does need to max the mixology career. And they're just going to do some cleaning before baby Tariq wakes up. I'm going to have Jabrea go get some sleep. And the boys are vacuuming and picking up trash. And it's officially summertime, which is cool because we're going to be having baby Tariq age up pretty soon. And Jabrea is dreaming about having more babies, which we all know. I don't think it's the right time for that. They're still young. And they rushed into marriage right after high school. And they had their first baby. So it looks like baby Tariq is still sleeping. So they're just going to get more cleaning done. And then I'm going to have Marques go and do some studying for university. Because I do want to get him graduated before I have Rico and Jabrea find their own place. Like, this place is cool temporarily, but we're definitely going to have them move. So now that he's all done with the cleaning, he's going to go get into bed with his wife. And they're just going to try and get a little bit of sleep before baby Tariq does wake up. And then when they wake up later in the day, we're going to have to work on his parenting skill as well as his beer brewing skill, which is technically supposed to be juice fizzing, but I did put in a replacement. So as an alternative, he's going to be maxing his beer brewing skill. And then he does need to get his mixology skill up as well. So yes, there's a lot of other things going on, like with Marques and college and Jabrea, but really we want to hone in on Rico and try and get those skills maxed as needed. And we may even have him open up like a little beer brewing business later on. So after just about 2 hours of sleep, it looks like baby Tariq is finally awake. So Rico's going to come and spend some time with baby Tariq and do all the things so that he can try and get that parenting skill up. It is so sweet. Okay, I don't know if we're going to age him up by the end of the episode. But if we don't do that, then for sure the next episode will be baby Tariq's birthday party. So we'll just have to see where we go with the rest of this episode. So Rico did get to parenting level 2, which is, it's cool, but we definitely have a long way to go with that skill. And then as far as like his career, I believe we're only at level 2 in the cooking career. So we definitely have a ways to go with that as well. But I definitely want to get him to level 3 at least by the end of the episode. All right, so we are back outside and Rico's gonna just work on his beer brewing skill while Marques does more studying. Like, I feel like you see him doing so much studying. And if you guys don't remember from Generation 1, Marques and Jabrea used to have a little thing. So their relationship is like, it's a little bit strained because Jabrea ultimately did decide to end up with Rico, and it was definitely her decision because Marques was really into Jabrea, and so it's a little bit of a weird situation, but they're family and they're working through it. So Jabrea is an artist and she did reach the painting level of 5. You can see it in the corner. And then I did have Rico brewing beer so that we can sell it on the table, which is another part of this generation, is that you have to sell your juices, but in our case, beer, at the sales table. So I was just having him do that. And this skill, it actually takes a really long time. So I may end up getting a book or something and having him read, because Rico does like to read. Like, if you remember from last gen, he's very handy and athletic, and outside of being handy and athletic, he is really smart, like smarter than he was giving himself credit for, because he just is more of a open your own business type of sin, and an entrepreneur, if you will. Like, he does not want to work a 9-to-5. So when we reach the top of the mixologist career, we're probably going to have Rico quit that job. And we're only going to do that because it is a requirement for the challenge. So once we officially get him there, Rico's going to quit and he's going to open up his own business. So you guys see him out here trying to sell these juices, and I think they were selling, but I don't think we were making much of a profit from it, which is fine. Like, we made $30 here, $30 there. I'm hoping it'll be more profitable because we probably won't sell our juices too much at this table, because there was no like exact amount on how much we had to do this. So maybe we'll do this a couple more episodes and then we'll be done with this part of it. All right, so he's still at it, brewing his beer, and he finally reached level 3. It took us almost all day. On this Sunday, I believe we're going into Monday, which is cool because we do need to do some work on getting him promoted, but he finally reached level 3, so that's pretty cool. And then Jabrea also reached level 6 of painting. Her painting is going up super easy, and so she is officially at level 6. It is officially Monday morning at 1 a.m. and Rico does have work, so as always, we're leaving off our next day with this transition into our beautiful Monday morning. So it's officially Monday morning. Rico has work. Marques is still studying, as you guys can see. I believe the term is going to be starting for him today, so I kind of wanted to have him get a jump on like his schoolwork and all that good stuff. And eventually we're going to be moving Jabrea and Rico out. So I wanted to do just some story progression with him before I do have them move out. So baby Tariq just woke up and Rico's up taking care of the baby. And we're just going to try and pay close attention to that parenting skill. But he's such a good dad. Like, his mom really taught him well. We do need to have Rico's little brother over at some point. So I do plan on doing that. And we're just going to change baby Tariq's little outfit, put him on something different, freshen him up for the day. And then we're going to have Rico do some work on his mixology skill before he has to head out to work today. And we could just tell, like, his mother raised him correctly. He's taking care of his baby so well. And then he's just doing some cleaning up before we have him go out into the yard, because that's the only place that we could really fit the bar in this house. So he's going to go out and he's going to start mixing up some drinks. I believe he's only like at level 3 of mixology. I don't really plan on him necessarily getting to the next level before work. Like you guys can see, it's 4 a.m. on the Monday and the sun is starting to come out. And I think he has to be at work at 10 a.m. So we're probably not going to have too much time to work on that skill. Look at Jabrea. Like, she's such a young, just a good mom. Like, yeah, they had baby right out of high school, got married, eloped really fast. But both of them are such good parents. You can see them spending lots of time with Tariq. And Marques just reached level 8 of the painting skill, which is cool because he is a art major. And so I'm just going to like zoom this out so we can kind of look at that bar, because we do need to get his parenting skill up. So hopefully he'll get that to level, I believe level 5 before he has to go to work. And this is probably the easiest one. Oh, he didn't get there, but that's okay. So we're going to have him head out to work. And even though he didn't get that skill, let's hope for a promotion today. We can at least end this episode with him getting promoted. He did get some skills this episode. By far, the beer brewing is probably the most challenging one. But Rico's off to work. And in the meanwhile, while he's at work, I'm going to have Marques do some painting just so that we can get our money up, because the funds are a little bit low right now. We only have 4,859 simoleons currently. So we definitely need to try and get our money up at the same time, because they're not going to be living here together like this for much longer. And Jabrea is going to call her parents over so that they could just spend some time together. And she also wants to like show off baby Tariq. I'm not sure if they met baby Tariq yet, but I definitely want to get those relationships moving, because so far we know that Renisha and Julius have been here to meet Rico's son, but I don't necessarily know if Jabrea's parents have came over. So let's do that now while Rico's at work and we're waiting to see if he gets promoted. So this is Jabrea's father and this is Jabrea's mother. They look really, really young. I'm going to definitely have to give them makeovers coming up here soon, but they're just spending some time together while they have the time to do so. And so I'm going to have her go into Tariq's room so that she can introduce Tariq to her mother and father, grandma and grandpa. So Marques did finish his painting. We're going to have him go ahead and sell that. And then he's going to just work on his needs a little bit. And in the meanwhile, Jabrea is going to finally introduce her parents to baby Tariq. Okay, he literally ran here like out of nowhere, so excited. His reaction is super cute. Like, he's smiling. I love that. And now they just have like another layer to bond over. And so now she's going to introduce baby Tariq to her mother, Trish, and see how, oh, her reaction isn't as excited as grandpa's. Like, I don't think Trish was ready to be a grandma. She looks a little disappointed. So we'll have to just see how that plays out. So now Jabrea, I'm going to have her go cook something before Rico gets home from work, just so that they can have some lunch together and something to eat. So You see her father over there helping her with the cleaning, which is super cute and super sweet. And we're just gonna have her make some meatballs really quick so that they can sit down, have lunch, and then Rico will have a meal when he gets home from work as well. Okay, so it looks like Marques is back from his class. We didn't even see him leave, but I'm gonna have him go ahead and just do his homework while he waits for the meatballs to be ready. And then he has an hour until his next class, so that is definitely something to think about. And then look at them. I don't know, guys. I almost feel like Jabrea should have ended up with Marques. Look how gorgeous they look together, but we're not going to dwell on the past and live in dysfunction. The two of them didn't work out, so we're going to just ignore the comments about it. But all right, so Marques goes and he's going to try the meatballs before he has to go to class. Oh, looks like he left for class already, but that's okay. And then they're just spending like some time together as a family before the house gets congested again. And this is also another beautiful family. Like, look at all the families. Like, they're so sweet. Jabrea is just hugging her dad and showing him some love. We should have asked him for some money because we're not working with a whole lot of money, but I think Jabrea is too proud to ask her parents for money. So I just had her go to the bathroom, and then she's going to do a little bit of painting because she is a painter and she's at level 3 of that career. It doesn't look like she needs to do much of anything else, but it would be nice to sell the paintings for the simoleons. We did get our simoleons up to 5,000. And so Marques is also home from school and he's done for the day. So I'm just going to have him chill out and watch some TV while we wait for Rico to get home. So she did finish that painting and now she's like a celebrity. She's a notable newcomer. I wasn't planning on making her famous, but that's okay. And now she's going to start another painting just because we have time until Rico finally gets home. I think there's like 30 minutes and then Marques definitely could do some studying in a bit. Okay, so Rico did get promoted. He is now, I believe he's level 3. But I'll double check that in a bit. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Soulfood Legacy Challenge Generation 2. Make sure you guys check out the checklist at the end of the video to see where we're at and what we have left to do. And also, if you are behind on this series, make sure you check the channel because I will be putting Generation 1 of the Soulfood Legacy Challenge into a playlist just to make it easier for you guys to like filter through things that you might have missed. And then also for next episode, we will be aging up baby Tariq. So whatever you guys haven't caught up with, feel free to get caught up because episode 3 will be coming out sometime this weekend, so look forward to that. And also I will be live this weekend. I'm looking more at Saturday, Sunday for the streams, but definitely be out on the lookout for those. And Rico did get his parenting skill up. So thank you guys for watching and check the checklist, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.